Labor Day weekend in Minnesota and a windy afternoon to begin match week 25 in MLS Next Pro from the National Sports Complex in Blaine, Minnesota. A good one on tap in the Western Conference. Minnesota United hosting Real Monarchs. Matt Peterson with you. Great to be here on a busy Saturday as we wind down the 2024 MLS Next Pro regular season. Two teams desperate to climb the table. Real Monarchs in 12th in the West. Minnesota United in 14th place at this point in the season. Real Monarchs 6 wins, 25 points. Minnesota United 5 wins, 19 points. We look at the table. North Texas suffered a big-time setback 4-0 last week against St. Louis City, but still a 3-point lead at the top. Ventura, Tacoma, and LAFC following them. Houston Dynamo currently above the playoff line. The deficit for Real Monarchs, 7 points to chase down Houston Dynamo. And it would take a miracle for Minnesota United. Here is the lineup for Jeremy Hall. Adebayo Smith, Darius Randall up top. Adebayo Smith, a first-team player. 2 others from the first team, Ugo Bacharach and Derek Valentin across the back. Anthony Markanek makes his Minnesota debut today. He joined in a trade from St. Louis a couple weeks ago. Yavis, Nyman, Martinez, and Fisher, the other 4 in the 3-5-2 formation as part of the midfield. For Real Monarchs, they lost to Ventura County last Sunday. 7 changes to the lineup for Mark Lowry. Jordan Perusa makes his first start. Came off the bench last week against Ventura County. He signed as a free agent previously with Toronto FC. Owen Anderson in very good form. He's a current academy player, age 17. He has 4 goals in his last 16 appearances. 3 first-team players across the back in Tommy Silva, Zach Farnsworth, and Eric Holt. And it's an academy goalkeeper, Will Mackey, just 16 years of age, who gets his 10th start of the season. Peter Bernardi is our referee today. And underway from Minnesota. Minnesota United in the black uniforms. Real Monarchs in the white kits. Valentin, the captain today, builds out of the back. Derek Valentin over midfield. There's Finn McRobb, 22-year-old from Glasgow, Scotland. Long switch of field here. Steady build up here for Minnesota United. Adebayo Smith drops off into midfield to help. Moses Nyman. There's Eric Valentin, 33 years of age, first-team player in his second year with Minnesota. Another throw in for Minnesota. All the way back to Mackey. A windy day in Blaine, Minnesota, 82 degrees. Winds consistently at 15 miles per hour, gusting to 28 miles per hour. Here's the cross from the left. It's cleared. And a free kick is won. Aiden Hazarkani from Irvine, California, on a Monarchs contract. And where you see the Monarchs trying to build. Nyman all the way back with Finn McRobb, 18th start for the Scottish outside back. Britton Fisher, Adebayo Smith, throw in coming. Aiden Martinez grew up in Minneapolis. He's a current academy player. Finn McRobb. Valentin. Big switch from Nyman's too heavy. Four first-team players in the starting lineup for Minnesota. Jordan Adebayo Smith up top. Anthony Markanek makes his Minnesota debut today after his trade from St. Louis City. Another free kick is given. Zarek Valentin, the captain and center back, and then beside him on the left, Hugo Bacharach, the Spanish defender. Omar Alba, Panamanian, age 20 on the ball here. That's a nice build-up. Peruza with the final ball. His second start after signing as a free agent. August 18th, scored once in a few appearances this year with Toronto FC2. And now a goal kick. Good pressure from Minnesota as Real Monarchs trying to build out of the back. One again by McRobb. Now Valentin all the way back to Kaiserun. He's an academy player, age 17, from Laguna Beach, California. Makes his fourth start today. Aiden Martinez, 17-year-old current academy player. Two current academy players in the lineup, Aiden Martinez and central midfielder and the goalkeeper Kaiserun. Kalaskan all the way through, all the way back for Kaiserun. Kalaskan turned 24 on Thursday. German midfielder, played at Loyola Marymount. Partnering Orozco in midfield today for Real Monarchs. Finn McRobb. Now Minnesota coming off a 2-1 loss against Austin. Short week for them. That was on Wednesday. Darius Randall scored in the 9th minute, his 2nd goal of the season. He gets the start today. Jeremy Hall describing that Wednesday defeat to Austin, said it was a frustrating game for us. Minnesota's 3rd game in 10 days. He saw some tired legs on the fields. He thought his team was a little sloppy in possession on Wednesday in Austin. He was pleased with his team's defensive performance for the most part. Minnesota largely kept Austin in front. This is a nice build-up here from the home side. Moses Nyman. And a throw-in for Britton Fisher out of Greenville, North Carolina. That 20-year-old makes his 20th start of the season today. For Real Monarchs, 5 changes for Mark Lowry from the team that lost 3-1 against Houston last weekend. Martinez cannot get there. Good feet from Omar Alba. Deflected cross. And Monarchs clear it well. It's been a tough month of August for Minnesota United. Unbeaten or winless in 6. 4 straight defeats. The only result was against Town FC, a penalty shootout victory at home. They've been conceding goals. 2 against Austin. 3 and 4 in back-to-back games against Houston Dynamo away. 3-0 home defeat against St. Louis last time they played at home. Conceded 5 on the road to Tacoma to start the month. Offside flag comes up. Restart coming for Real Monarchs. Jeremy Hall talking this week, preparation for this game. He says the loss has hurt the group from a confidence standpoint. Coach Hall and his coaching staff want to give the players belief that they are good players. There's a room off his line to clear. McRobb back for Kaiser Room. Well, 6 more games for Minnesota, including today. Everyone above them in the table trying to win them all. Davis out of midfield was making that run towards the left. Good pressure here for Minnesota. Adebayo Smith. Caught in possession. And now a corner kick coming, first of the afternoon for Minnesota United. Anthony Markanek earned the corner kick as Minnesota debuted today after the trade from St. Louis City on August 15th. Moses Nyman, his 10th start today. He's a first-team player on loan. That's driven towards the near post. Excellent delivery. Well defended by Real Monarchs. How can the Monarchs break? Good work tracking all the way back to win it. That was Randall. He's one of the forwards. He was in defensive mode there, sitting at midfield to run that down. Kaiseroon, fourth start for the 17-year-old today. Good overlap up this left side. Excellent defending. Bacharach, the Spanish right back, 6'4". His fifth start for Minnesota United 2. Throw-in coming for Real Monarchs. The Monarchs have lost 2 in a row. Last time out was a 3-1 defeat against Ventura County. Last Sunday, Monarchs fell behind 3-0 before getting a late goal in the 3-1 defeat. Before that, a home win against Colorado Rapids. Offside flag comes up. Real Monarchs, 2 wins, 2 defeats in the month of August, trying to cap this month on a good note before the calendar turns to September and a home game with Town FC next weekend. Mark Lowry describing the loss against Ventura County last time out. He was very honest, says Ventura County was better than us. We were second best. Big switch, too heavy with the wind pushing that over the end line. A delivery came from Darius Randall, the 17-year-old from Liberia. The main statistic that stood out for Mark Lowry in the loss last week against Ventura County, he said pressure versus pressure regains. Out of 200 pressures, Real Monarchs only regained possession 40 times out of 200. About 1 every 5 times they pressure, they win the ball back. And Mark Lowry thought his Real Monarch side was not aggressive enough in that defeat to Ventura County. Here is a good push up the left side. And that shot is deflected and out for a corner kick. Jordan Peruza looking for his first goal with Real Monarchs, forced Zaroon into a good save there. There's the 23-year-old, second start since signing as a free agent. Scored twice in 1 appearance for TFC2 this year. Peruza had played for Toronto FC since 2018. Kaiseroon passes his first test. After the goalkeeper made that save, here comes a corner kick. It's Tommy Silva, first team homegrown player, age 22, to deliver this corner kick. 2 assists on the year for the UCLA product. Towards the near post and headed away. Mark Lowry loves his team's commitment and effort this season. He said the loss against Ventura County, only the third time this year, his group was second best. That's hit to the back post, kept in by the wind, and clear. Hazarkani kept it in at the end line. He's the 17-year-old on a Monarchs contract. A free kick won. Jaciel Orozco, first team player, his third year with Real Salt Lake, makes his third start of the season. This portion of the match is brought to you by Alina Health, an altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. These teams are meeting for the second time this season, way back in March. Science Bank Stadium. A 2-1 victory. Xavier Gozo scored twice in that game. Now a corner kick coming. Loic Masanvi scored for Minnesota in the 21st minute, but Gozo's brace was enough for the comeback win for Real Monarchs. Short corner kick. That's clipped to the near post, halfway clear, now all the way out from Zarek Valentin. Omar Alba, his 16th start of the season today. He's played for Panama's senior national team. Eric Holtz directing traffic. 3 first-team players in the back line for Real Monarchs today. Tommy Silva, Zach Farnsworth, and Eric Holt. The flag stays down. Kalaskan, and there's an opening goal, unmarked at the back post. The visitors strike first. Aiden Hazarkani. Second goal of the season for the 17-year-old from Irvine. Maybe a switch off that time. Minnesota thought it was out on that far side. All the way through, a really good finish from Aiden Hazarkani. We joined the Real Salt Lake Academy from Irvine Strikers last year. Spent the preseason in Portugal with the first team, 4 appearances in the preseason with Real Salt Lake, and he gets goal number 2 on the season. Aiden Hazarkani. Certainly felt like a bit of a switch off mentally from Minnesota United. The ball was near the far sideline. You could see Bacharach lift his hand in the air to say the ball was out. Anthony Markanek, it was his responsibility at the back post to track Aiden Hazarkani. He was pretty close to him, but it was a nice finish with the slide from the 17-year-olds. 2 goals in 12 appearances this season for Real Monarchs for Hazarkani. Overall, Mark Lowry pleased with his team's progress at the end of August. A nifty touch through traffic there, but it's recovered in a good spot by Zarek Valentin. Here's the captain pushing forward. Britton Fisher. Flips it in with the left foot. It hangs in the air a long time, and it's headed wide. Good build up that time. Quality delivery from Britton Fisher. Just hung in the air so long. And a chance there on his debut, Anthony Marcanic. Marcanic would have loved that debut goal. This portion of the match is brought to you by Allianz Life Insurance, Company of North America. Proud worldwide insurance partner of the International Olympic and Paralympic Committees. Here's the restart from Real Monarchs. All the way back to Mackey, the 16-year-old goalkeeper. Good pressure from Minnesota. They've won it back in a good spot. Good shape from Real Monarchs. They had a lot of white shirts back behind the ball. Mark Lowry has said, even though his team is younger, we still need to compete. Different challenges, training by training, week by week, not knowing how many players you'll have for training and those other circumstances. He's tried to find the right balance this year between development and the right amount of experience to be competitive now and eventually at the first team level. There's a direct ball. The wind pushing it all the way back to Will Mackey. Grew up in Highland, Utah. Current academy player in his second season with Real Monarchs. Good physicality there from Moses Nyman. The 20-year-old has it back. Good first touch from Darius Randall. Randall tried the 1-2. A slow down by Tommy Silva. Now Mark Lowry said, we want to win at Real Monarchs, but we're not necessarily picking a team to win. Picking the right players for the right development at the right time. One of the keys for the end of August and the month of September in MLS Next Pro is giving minutes to the players born in 2007 and 2008. Owen Anderson is part of that group. He starts today. He's in very good form, 4 goals in his last 6 appearances. Aiden Hezerkani, also part of that 2007 group. He scored the opening goal today. Will Mackey is also in that 2008 group. Current academy player, gets his 10th start of the season. For a 16-year-old goalkeeper to start 10 times in a pro season, that's very, very good for his developments. Here we go up this right side, Omar Alba. He's pushing forward. A few step overs from the Panamanian. Nice build up here. Shot blocked by Valentin. Quick passing that time for Real Monarchs. Now it's Minnesota United back the other way, and a hard challenge. And there's a booking. A yellow card shown. Eric Holt in the book. 27-year-old first team player. Hard wrestle and takedown there of Jordan Adebayo Smith. Now Moses Nyman will deliver. Flipped and deflected out for a corner kick, last touched by Omar Alba. Anthony Markanek, Minnesota debuted today after his trade from St. Louis City 2 weeks ago. Swept in with the wind pushing it, and that's going to be out for another corner kick. Off the hands there of Williamaki. You can see the wind gusting to 28 miles per hour in Blaine, Minnesota today. It's tough to hit an in-swinging corner and keep it in play. Look at the wind take hold of that. And it's caught by Mackey. Good stretch from the 16-year-olds. It's Eric Valentin in MLS since 2011. Time with Chivas USA, Portland, Houston, and now Minnesota. Hard, crunching challenge there. And a red card. A straight red is shown. Omar Alba is sent off. Watch this challenge from the Panamanian. Studs up right at the sideline on Jordan Adebayo-Smith. Now you could see Peter Bernardi, the referee, confer with his fourth official there. And the fourth official supported the idea of a straight red card. Big moment in this game. Real Monarchs leading 1-0, but now down a man for over an hour. Ryan Farrell, the fourth official, supporting the decision from Peter Bernardi. Keller Storley is going to come on. He's a regular starter, 20 starts on the season. Really a needless challenge there from Omar Alba, if we're being completely honest. Your team is winning 1-0, you're on the road. It's a ball on the sideline. If Adebayo-Smith wins that ball, he has another 40 or 50 yards to go to goal. Really a needless challenge. And Alba sent off. Markanek cannot quite keep it in play. It's the second red card this season for Omar Alba. He had one last year as well. So now 3 red cards and 40 appearances for Real Monarchs over the last 2 seasons. He's picked up 9 yellow cards as well in the last 2 years. Real Monarchs down a man, playing 11 v 10 but leading 1-0.
Substitution for Real Monarchs in the 33rd minute.
Now here is the change. Keller Storley comes on for the 21st time, and the player who sacrifices Aiden Hezerkani. So Hezerkani scores his 2nd goal of the season, but he has to go to the bench after 33 minutes after the red card to Omar Alba. Storley on for Hezerkani. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bell Bank. Switch and see how banking should be. Jordan Adebayo-Smith, 2 goals this season. It's his 13th start on loan from the first team. He's earned a corner kick there, went head to head there with Eric Holtz. Keller Storley, 8 starts last year, 20 this year. A short corner kick, top of the box. Randall runs out of room, and now it's a break. He's onside, he's alone on goal to make it 2-0 for Real Monarchs. He'll pull it back to his left. And now the shot is blocked. Noel Kalaskan may have overthought that one. He was alone around the goalkeeper, but could not get a shot away. Excellent work there from Kaiserun just to close the space. Kalaskan, in the end, had a shot blocked from the top of the area. It's a bit of a jailbreak for Real Monarchs. Minnesota had everyone forward for that corner kick, and Kalaskan stayed onside on the break. Eric Holtz. First touches off the bench for Keller Storley. Before his time with Real Monarchs, Storley was in Costa Rica with Adi Aceri. Well-traveled youth career for Keller Storley. Getafe in Spain. CD Mastorles. And Adi Alcorcon. Good dribbling here. Adebayo-Smith with his back to goal. And back all the way to Finn McRobb. Zarek Valentin. We'll go Bacharach. Throwing for Minnesota. Britton Fisher out of Greenville, North Carolina. A regular starter for Jeremy Hall. He starts for the 20th time this season today. His throw-in finds the feet of Randall. In the end, the ball a bit too heavy, plus the wind gusting towards the end line. Enrique Nieves with that pass intended for Aiden Martinez. Will Mackey rolls it out. And a free kick one here. Well, Mark Lowry talking about the players born in 2007 and 2008, including Aiden Azarkani, who scored the opening goal in the 21st minute before he was substituted after the red card to Omar Alba. On the broadcast call this week, he says, we want to give minutes to the players born in 07 and 08 at the end of this year. That group of players, 07 and 08, will form the bulk of Real Monarchs next season. A free kick here. Aiden Martinez commits the foul. Martinez, a current academy player, age 17. He's starting for the 7th time of the season today. Keller Storley. And a throw in one. That's Owen Anderson, who is on the ball there, age 17, from San Rafael, California, San Francisco Bay Area, currently an academy player. He's tied for the Monarchs team lead with 4 goals. Mark Lowry talking about Owen Anderson on the call this week, said he's been brilliant. Much of the season in the academy. Now 4 goals in 10 appearances. There's another booking, yellow card shown. Yellow card shown to Zach Farnsworth there. He's in the book. Goal kick coming. One of the challenges facing Real Monarchs, according to Coach Mark Lowry, this week, the 3-5-2 formation of Minnesota. He said it's tough to break down that line of 5 in midfield. He said the spaces should be in behind the back 3 and in behind that midfield 5. The space between the midfield 5 and the back 3. Long driven ball from Valentin in the wind stream there, trying to catch Will Mackey sleeping. You don't see that from Valentin often. The veteran center back, age 33, going for goal from midfield there. Good push here from Real Monarchs. And a clean challenge. Ugo Bacharach with the clean tackle there. Here come Minnesota United. Down a goal at home. Good challenge. Tommy Silva, the 22-year-old first-team player, wins it back for Real Monarchs. The game is open here. 42nd minute, Real Monarchs leading through the 17-year-old's goal, Aiden Azarkani. Back to Will Mackey. Header won by Finn McRobb. Here comes Anthony Markanek. Ricky Nieves. Good dribbling that's on here, and there's a tying goal. on his Minnesota debut. Crafty footwork at the top of the box and a good finish. Anthony Marcanic. How about this? Enrique Nieves. Adebayo Smith back for Marcanic. Just 2 touches is all it takes for the 24-year-olds. A lot of MLS experience. "32 appearances in all competitions with St. Louis. Drafted by Colorado Rapids out of Northern Illinois a couple of years ago. In his debut for Minnesota United at the first or second team level, he has the tying goal.
Scoring for MNUFC2 in the 43rd minute, number 13, Anthony Marcanic.
A debut goal for Anthony Marcanic. Marcanic was on the bench against Seattle last week for Minnesota, an unused substitute. Here he is on the ball here. He will go for goal, and it's pushed aside by Will Mackey. A direct ball hangs in the wind. Offside flag is up. Jordan Peru's in an offside position. Again, Omar Alba, biggest moment of this first half. His studs up challenge on the sideline into Jordan Adebayo Smith. Shown a straight red card by Peter Bernardi, our central referee. His second red card of the season, his third red card in 2 years. Valentin with the long switch. Marcanic. Good win. Here comes Peruza waiting for support. He'll go 1 versus 4. Now he pulls it back, Kalaskan. And Peruza in an offside position. We enter first half stoppage time. A minimum of 4 minutes will be added on here at the end of the first half. Another direct ball. Clean challenge. Referee had a good view of the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. And Darius Randall went down. And the challenge of Zach Farnsworth. Farnsworth on a yellow card. It had to be a correct challenge, and it was. Throw-in coming now for Real Monarchs. Jeremy Hall on the broadcast call was asked this week, do you feel like your team is creating enough? He said, we're not as clinical as we like to be. Execution and the final action hasn't been sharp enough. It was there for Anthony Marcanic in his debut for Minnesota, his first goal. Taylor Storley away from pressure. Here comes Eric Valentin. Anthony Marcanic. Adebayo Smith at the end line. Clips it central. The header is a soft one. Off the head of Aiden Martinez into the hands of Will Mackey. Jeremy Hall thinking about the 2 games in Houston, 4-1 and 3-1 losses. He said, when I think back on those games, we couldn't find the second and third goals. A theme this year for Jeremy Hall's team, Minnesota United 2. His team gets in good spots, but can't put the finish away. Marcanic enjoying space on this left side. Aiden Martinez. Finn McRobb. Heavy touch that time for Marcanic. Aiden Hezerkani, 21st minute goal to give Real Monarchs a 1-0 lead and a tying goal 43rd minute in his debut for Anthony Marcanic. That's to the back post, easy catch from Will Mackey. Now a missed punt that time under some pressure from Adebayo Smith. You could see Will Mackey asking for more space. The referee did not give it, and maybe thinking about that, Will Mackey's punt was into the wind. A little push in the back, free kick to Real Monarchs here. Foul called upon Moses Nyman, the former DC United homegrown player. Moses Nyman signed age 15, second youngest signing in club history back at the end of the 2019 season. And Finn McRobb. And there's halftime from Blaine, Minnesota. An opening goal for the 17-year-old Aiden Hezerkani, second goal of the season. But then a tying goal in his Minnesota debut for Anthony Marcanic in the 43rd minute. A big story is the red card. A straight red shown to Omar Alba. And Real Monarchs playing with 10 the rest of the way. Halftime from Minnesota. It's 1-1 between Minnesota United and Real Monarchs. We'll have highlights and first half stats coming up. But first, Michelle Montaigne sits down with U.S. soccer legend Kobe Jones.
What's up, guys? I am beyond thrilled and honored to be sitting down today with the all-time leader in caps for the U.S. men's national team, U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer, all-around amazing human being, Kobe Jones. Kobe, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Here, actually close to-ish, your hometown. We're going to start by reminding everyone, grew up here, played high school at Thousand Oaks, have really been an integral part of bringing soccer to your hometown of Ventura County. When you think about the fact that you now have a professional team in really your backyard, how does that sound?
Well, fantastic, number one. I have to correct a little thing. I went to high school in Westlake. Because Westlake and Thousand Oaks are rivals. So, you know, we'll kill each other. So we can't.
Okay.
But you know, it's all so close. You know, Westlake, Thousand Oaks, Newberry Park. You know, that Conejo Valley area, that all in Ventura. You know, is so much a part of my youth. You know, my youth landscape and growing up. So to bring a professional team to my hometown, you know, that area where everyone can participate, to actually give kids the opportunity to play the sport. Because one thing I always find is it's difficult to play this game, you know, at a youth age. And when you hear it from the kids, you hear it from the parents, you have to drive so far. But now to actually bring an opportunity for the kids to see professional soccer right there, it's close by, you know, I couldn't ask for anything else.
As you think back to those days of playing youth soccer and growing up here, how would you describe that experience?
It was wonderful. You know, I gotta admit it, I had a great time. I loved this sport. You know, that's what kept me going. Look, I wasn't always, you know, a lot of people would think from the history, oh, you must have been the best player on your team and all that stuff. No, that wasn't me. I just played hard. I loved playing the game. That's what drew me back all the time. That's what kept me going, you know, with all the obstacles and various things that were in the way. Why? Because I loved the game, you know, so much. And to play it in Ventura County, that Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, that whole area, I look back now and just go like, wow, those were some really surreal moments in time. It's not the same anymore. You know, one of the big things I gotta say, and I'll try to keep this short, is just how it all started, in the fact that, you know, I was driving by a park and saw my cousin, and my parents just pulled over and asked the coach, can he play? And the coach said, yes, tossed a jersey, and then I'm out there kicking the ball around, and that's how it started. That to me is it's so different than how it is now.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that just is a testament to just the beauty and just the rawness and the originality of the game. And if we can get anywhere like that in the future, you know, oh, I'd be happy.
What was your role in bringing this professional club to Ventura County?
That's always interesting when people ask that. There's a variety of different things that I've done. You can't pin it to really any one thing. I would say, you know, obviously Westlake Thousand Oaks being my hometown, me being a part of it was significant for, I guess, however you want to put it, completing the situation of bringing VCFC there, because, you know, you want to have kind of like, for MLS, it's about having that legacy type of situation. You know, so for me, it was about, yes, being a part of it, helping to be like a quote unquote like face of it, but also to be active within it. You know, I don't want to be just like, okay, yeah, you can use my name and go ahead. No,
Yeah.
I want to be there because I want to make sure that it's the right way. If I'm going to be a part of it, I want to make sure that we are affecting the right people, giving the opportunities to the right people. It's like going home, right? If you go home, you don't want to just like leave it behind and just go, oh yeah, you take care of it.
Yeah.
No, if this is like my home, I want to be a big part of it. So I'm involved in a lot of various things within the club.
When you watch the games as they are now, you kind of mentioned the growth of the sport, but watching them, being an involved part of one of these clubs in MLS NEXT Pro, what does that say about the growth of the sport in this country?
I think this is a very significant part of the growth of soccer in the United States. We have seen it grow exponentially over the years. I've seen it grow exponentially from the 90s into the early 2000s, and there's always these seminal moments, you know, be it the 94 World Cup, you know, the 99ers for the women, all these various points. But then you also have to have a base that continues that growth. And I think MLS NEXT Pro is one of those stepping stones that's going to allow a base where no matter what happens at the highest level, success, failure, hopefully not failure, but you continue to grow no matter what. And if we are helping young players to have that opportunity to play day in, day out at a high competitive level, that's only going to help the game within the United States.
All right, I do want to take a little bit of time to talk about your career, because it has been one of the pillars in growing the game here in this country. We mentioned all the success with the U.S. men's national team. Of course, we also have to mention domestically all the success with LA Galaxy. When you look back on your career, what stands out to you now?
Championships.
Spoken like a true player.
No, look, that's what you're playing this for, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm old school. I play to win. You know, I'm not out there just to have fun. And if you talk to some of my old teammates, you know, one of the things they will say that, yeah, I like to have a good time, but I would guarantee they'd say I was very competitive. You know, not just on the field, but it could be anything from, you know, the water bottle in the locker room, toss it up to see who's going to get it first. You know, those are things that we did, and you want to win, you want to be competitive. But outside of that, the natural, which I hope for every, you know, competitive athlete, the natural is to win championships. I look back and other moments that stand out. It's really not so much, you know, the games themselves. It's the locker room. Those are the moments. It's being with the guys, you know, on the road. Those are things that have become more prominent, you know, in my life as I've gotten older, because I realized, you know, you don't get that in anything,
Yeah.
you know, anymore. You don't get the locker room experience like that, no matter what you're doing. So it's almost like you're trying to find a way to find that again some way, somehow, but you can't. So yeah, that's one of the things that really started standing out as well, is those locker room moments and good times with the guys. You know, that's why we try to get together and bond. You know, again, reunions everywhere. You know?
Kobe, as we wrap up, just want to ask: are there any special projects in the world of Kobe Jones going on that you want to share or talk about?
Well, I think,
Other than-
yeah. Well, other than
Other one right there.
other than this one right now, this is a pretty big project going on right now. You know, maybe we'll have to meet again because
Okay.
I know there are some things that are in the works that I would like to let everybody know about. So hopefully you'll invite me back. You know, at some point.
A perfect tease to leave you wanting more. I appreciate the time, Kobe.
Thanks for having me.
That does it for this episode, a very special episode with a very special guest for MLS Next Pro.
Thank you, Michelle. Catch the extended version of that interview by visiting MLSNextPro.com. Here is the upcoming schedule. We see some scores from midweek. New York City FC, Carolina Core, and Austin winning. And a full slate tomorrow. Crown Legacy hosting Inter Miami. Portland Timbers hosting the Town. New York City visiting Columbus. Orlando City welcoming Huntsville City. Atlanta United on the road at Chattanooga. Carolina hosting the Red Bulls. TFC will be in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Colorado against the Western Conference leading North Texas to round out the week. Before we meet Chattanooga goalkeeper Son Antoine, we want to tell you about the upcoming MLS Next Pro newsletter. Sign up for it today.
Action.
What's up, guys? Today we're sitting down with Chattanooga FC goalkeeper Jean-Antoine. Jean, thank you for teaching us how to say your name and for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Jean, with having played in several leagues and in several parts of the world even, what is your impression of MLS Next Pro now that you're over halfway through this first season in this league?
My first impression of the league, it's not easy. At first, when we first find out we were coming to MLS Next, it's like in my head we're gonna play against academy kids. That should be a bit easier, but they're more talented and they run a lot.
They certainly do that. You also got to partake in an experience that not many people get to. You got to be a part of Goalie Wars, the second edition, MLS Next Pro wise. What would you describe that Goalie Wars experience like now that you've had some time to reflect on the entire week there?
Wow, what can I say? It's like it was amazing. I was grateful to be a part of it and try to represent my team the best way that I can, which I did. I had a lot of fun, and you guys were so amazing. Everybody was so friendly, and it was a great experience.
I know you didn't get to walk away with the belt, but what was your favorite part of the whole experience?
My favorite experience is when before we first started the first play against Chito, the first game, I usually don't get nervous. It's like all the camera was on me, so I was like freaking out. I even kneeled down a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then even before, you know how the countdown started happening, 1, 2, 3. I struck the ball at like 2, and the ref was like, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious. But we know you don't get nervous when you're in the goal during regular matches. How would you describe your role on this team, especially considering what you said, right? There's a lot of academy guys, there's a lot of younger players. How do you feel like you kind of lead this group?
My role in this team is trying to motivate the guys, even when things are going well, even when they're not going well. So I have to like be that dad figure on the field, trying to help them when things are going bad. It's my job to like help them fix things. and when it's going right, I have to make sure we keep it going right at the same time.
As a player, what does success look like to you this year?
Success is bringing the championship here to Chattanooga, and that's the only way we're gonna get the success that we need, because we started the season really well, and we had a deeper form in the middle of the season. But right now we're trying to finish the season on a high note and then get in the playoff. Hopefully we could make a good push.
I know there's a lot of people hoping that that's what you guys are able to accomplish this year. Being from, even another country, how would you describe what the support of this Chattanooga XT Supporters Club means to you in the city?
It's everything. Like wherever you go in the city, like you meet 1 or 2 person that know about the team. They want to talk to you about the team. Like even on our away games, our fans, they travel like so far to support us. So it's amazing. So we're trying to do everything we can to bring them back some joy and excitement and put the city on the map.
Well, I know that if you guys make the playoffs, they will certainly be on the road for that as well. Jean, thank you so much for the time, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
The pleasure is always ours. That does it for this episode of Players Profile with Jean Antoine.
And here are the highlights from the first half. Real Monarchs in white, Minnesota United is in black, and there was an early chance, but a good save, as that was Jordan Perusa forcing the save from Ty Zaroon. And then here is the goal. Cheeky and sneaky at the back post. Eden Hazarkani, the 17-year-olds from Irvine, California, with the opening goal. Minnesota would push to find the equalizer. That one was a bit off the mark. Anthony Markanek. And here is a break. Look at this space, about a 5-yard cushion from midfield. Noel Kalaskan. But maybe overthought this one. Instead of getting a shot away, he tried to dribble around the goalkeeper Zaroon, and his shot was finally blocked by Aiden Martinez. Here is the build-up to the goal. A little nutmeg, cheeky dribbling there on the third touch. Anthony Markanek, in his debut for Minnesota, has his first goal. This coming after the red card issued to Omar Alba. Real Monarchs got the brace from Gozo in the first meeting at the end of March in Utah, and now trying for another win, but they'll have to do it down a man. Meanwhile, Minnesota United looking for its first win of the month of August. They're winless in 6. A midweek loss to Austin, 2 defeats in Houston by scores of 4-1 and 3-1, a 3-0 home defeat to St. Louis City in its last home game. The only result this month against Town FC at home, 1-1 with a penalty shootout victory. Defensively, Minnesota's been much better. Conceded 15 goals this month. But the only real breakthrough for Real Monarchs was the back post finish from Eden Hazarkani. Underway in the second half. Real Monarchs in white, Minnesota United's in black. Worth noting, Omar Alba sent off, second red card of the season. And then 2 center backs on a yellow for Real Monarchs. You have Eric Holt and Zach Farnsworth, both in the book. Something to monitor here as we go through the second half. Long range strike is off the mark. Dyron Iskandarian, a quiet first half. He has 2 goals, 3 assists, as he makes his 16th appearance of the season. Second year with Real Monarchs for the 22-year-olds. Well, Minnesota United had the wind at its back in the first half, now going into the wind. A gusty day in Blaine, Minnesota. 15 miles per hour is the consistent wind speed. It's gusting to 29 miles per hour. 83-degree day in Minnesota. Britton Fisher. Here's Bacharach. Hugo Bacharach, 6'4" Spanish right back. Finn McRobb. Wide left, good push here for Minnesota. Deflected cross, and it's headed away. Clearance from Eric Holt. Away again from Holt. Nyman. Hugo Bacharach. Britton Fisher. Jordan Adebayo Smith. Good block there in midfield from Kaliskan. And the free kick is won. Adebayo Smith, 12 goals last season for New England Revolution 2. Signed a 3-year deal with Minnesota United this January. Tommy Silva, homegrown player for Real Salt Lake, lost possession. Bacharach. Finn McRobb, the Glasgow native. Valentin under no pressure. Long switch off to this left side, Anthony Markanek. Moses Nyman. Bacharach. McRobb. Aiden Martinez. Nyman. Martinez now in a wide position. He's done well here. He has 2 runners in the box. Flips that to the back post. Here comes Britton Fisher, heads it central towards Jordan Adebayo Smith. Britton Fisher. Valentin. Nyman, Hugo Bacharach. Finn McRobb. Hugo Bacharach. A lot of possession, unable to penetrate so far for Minnesota. Real Monarchs defending very deep, down a man after the first half red card to Omar Alba. Valentin. Hugo Bacharach. Corner kick coming. Last touch by Darren Iskandarian. Nyman to deliver. Nyman was on loan with Real Salt Lake. Last season, he's back with Minnesota this year. This one to the back post. McRobb could not steer it towards the target. Now you see the wind pushing the ball out of bounds. That's the illustration of how strong the wind is today here in Blaine. Martinez. Consistent possession here. Real Monarchs haven't touched the ball much in the second half. Nyman. Adebayo Smith on his right foot. In the end, did not really trouble Will Mackey, the academy goalkeeper for Real Monarchs. They try and build under pressure. Tommy Silva back for Zach Farnsworth. Throw in coming. Into Nyman. From Monrovia, Liberia, he's age 20. U.S. Youth National Team player, the U16s and 17s. This to the back post. Good, strong headed clearance from Zach Farnsworth. Finn McRobb. The captain's Eric Valentine. And the flag is up against Darius Randall. High praise for Darius Randall from his head coach, Jeremy Hall. Hall, talking to the broadcasters this week, said, "I'm very happy and proud of Darius Randall. Last year I saw him for the first time. And this year his desire and mentality is different. That has led to his success this year." Darius Randall still raw in his ability to finish, according to head coach Jeremy Hall. Went to the MLS Next Pro All-Star game, came back even more hungry. A nice layoff there. Now a push for Real Monarchs. His Kandarian shot is blocked. Double change coming for Minnesota United. Justin Arias, he turns 18 tomorrow. He's a current academy player. He's from Bloomington, Minnesota. And he'll replace Moses Nyman. And Dom Mowing, another academy player, will come on. And Mowing replaces Ugo Bacharach. So two current academy players come on for two first-team players. Nyman and Bacharach are finished after 53 minutes. Now, Mowing is an 18-year-old academy player from Tacoma, Washington. Good turn. Free kick is won. A 15th appearance for Dom Mowing. 11 of the 15 as a starter. And Justin Arias on for the 12th time of the season. Free kick here. 4 players standing near it for Real Monarchs. Jordan Perusa closest to it. Owen Anderson's nearby. And Tommy Silva wants this one. The left-footed defender will clip this in. Clip towards the spot and cleared by Valentine. Orozco back for Storley, the substitute. And the wind pushes that out of bounds. Deep throw in here for Minnesota United. Jeremy Hall talking about this Real Monarchs team. He said they're very good in how they build. The wingers can come inside and cause problems. They're very well organized. The emphasis for Minnesota has been to be brave on the ball and sustain possession. They're able to do that now, up a man since the first half. Red card to Omar Alba. Direct ball. Foot race here. It's won. Jordan Peruzza goes 1v4. His shot is into the hands of Kaiserun. Good break from Jordan Peruzza, his second start of the season. Signed as a free agent August 18th. Scored once in 2 appearances this year with Toronto FC2. Was with that organization since 2018. Jordan Adebayo-Smith. First touch from Britton Fisher. Is Eric Valentine, Dom Mowing now. His 15th appearance. Here's Mowing pushing forward. Excellent ball, but a good sliding clearance from Kellen Storley.
Substitutions for Real Monarchs in the 58th minute. Checking in number 72, Xavier Gozo. Replacing number 97, Jordan Peruzza.
There is a change for Real Monarchs. Xavier Gozo replaces Jordan Peruzza. Gozo scored twice in March in the 2-1 win at home for Real Monarchs. Omar Marquez enters as well. And he replaces the 17-year-old Owen Anderson. That's clipped in. Kept alive for Minnesota, and a volley is past the near post. A pretty good strike that time from Britton Fisher. It was deflected. It will be a Minnesota corner. The initial delivery that time came from Finn McRobb, and the opposite center back. And Britton Fisher with that volley. There's the corner. On the back post, the shot is blocked. Some limping afterwards from Anthony Marcanic, who scored in the first half. Now, we heard from Coach Mark Lowry about the importance of giving minutes to the players born in 2007 and 2008. Omar Marquez, part of that group. Marquez, age 16. Born in February of 2008 out of the Real Salt Lake Academy. This portion of the match is brought to you by Alina Health, an altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. Omar Marquez, age 16, on for the 13th time this season. He has started 5 times. A lot of experience for Omar Marquez with the U.S. youth national teams. CONCACAF championship, 2 appearances and 1 goal. Omar Marquez came up in the Sacramento FC Academy before joining the Real Salt Lake Academy. Good turn of pace there from Jordan Adebayo-Smith. Wide here for Britton Fisher. Fisher to the back post. Overhit that time. Kept in by Marcanic. Xavier Gozo scored twice in the win at the end of March from Zions Bank Stadium. Gozo out of West Valley City, Utah. Ivory Coast ancestry. He's 17. He's part of this excellent class, born in 2007, that will get a lot of minutes at the end of the season, according to head coach Mark Lowry. Again, he said the 07s and 08s will make up the bulk of next year's team. They need to get experience at this part of the season. Gozo, 3 goals in 2 seasons with Real Monarchs. Here comes a corner kick. Justin Arias will turn 18 years of age tomorrow. He takes this corner kick. There's a free header tipped over the bar. Excellent save after the chance for Aiden Martinez. Best save today from Will Mackey. Good reaction from the 16-year-old goalkeeper to deny 18 Martinez. Ensuing corner kick is cleared. When pushing the ball back towards Minnesota's goal. Kaiserun under no pressure. His 4th start of the season. Looking for his first win. Randall across the back with Valentin. Dom Mowing grew up in Tacoma, Washington. Now in the Minnesota United Academy. Finn McRobb with the long switch. Slowed down by the stiff wind. Dom Mowing. Central is just good here for Minnesota. Slip through, it's on here, and there is not a goal. The offside flag was up, negating that chance for Darius Randall. Beautiful team build-up. Watch this intricate passing, but just slightly too early from Darius Randall. The slip pass was perfect. It would have been his 2nd straight game with a goal after he scored against Austin on Wednesday. Restart coming for Real Monarchs. Minnesota has outshot Real Monarchs 9-7. Shots on goal, a 7-3 edge for the home team. Valentin heads backward. Minnesota has attempted more than 200 passes than Real Monarchs. 430 so far for Minnesota United, 230 for Real Monarchs. 8 corner kicks for Minnesota, 2 for the visitors. Nice hit and an excellent save once again from Will Mackey, turning away Britton Fisher. That was a perfect hit and an even better save from the 16-year-old Will Mackey. Free kick is given. Watch this save from Will Mackey. Awesome technique from Britton Fisher. Britton Fisher played at North Carolina. Signed with North Carolina FC out of college. Second season now with Minnesota United. Still only 20 years of age. And Mackey has another claim. Fourth start in the month of August for Will Mackey. Starts against Colorado, Tacoma, and LAFC. Strong build here through midfield. Back to Mackey. Valentin directs. Valentin pushing Dom Mowing further afield. Here's Mowing. Finn McRobb has space. Into the left channel. McRobb again. Flipped inside the box. Headed away. Aiden Martinez retains possession for Real Monarchs. Tommy Silva on the ball here. You can hear the coaching staff for Minnesota urging their team forward to press against Monarchs, who are down a player. The press came from Darius Randall. And now a goal kick is coming. This portion of the match is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, better together. A direct ball with the wind, and he comes well off his line to chest away. Good work from Kaiseroon. Now he's getting back to goal, and it's cleared off the line. Dom Mowing helping out Kaiseroon. And now a good build here. 5 in the attack for Minnesota United. Adebayo Smith makes a run. The shot is blocked. Mark Hannick looking for a second goal of the day. Now a free kick is won. Aiden Martinez commits the foul. Mark Lowry has brought 3 off the bench. And now one more will come on. Sebastian Joffrey, 25-year-old from Bolivia, comes on for the 15th time this season. Two goals and 1 assist for Joffrey. And Joffrey earned a free kick in the penalty shootout against Ventura County, Minnesota's last game. Converting the spot kick after he earned it. Joffrey turned 25 10 days ago. That was his first goal of the season. He got a second goal, beg your pardon. Joffrey came over from Belgium, from Molenbeek in the Jupiler Pro League. And Joffrey played for Eastern Florida State College before Orlando City B. So Mark Lowry has one more change available. Has used 4 of his 5 changes. Jeremy Hall and Minnesota have 3 changes available. They've used 2. A goal kick is coming as that shot goes past the far post. Lamar Alba's red card came in the 30th minute, a straight red card on the sideline for a foolish challenge against Jordan Adebayo-Smith about 50 yards from goal. Not in a desperate moment, just a moment in midfield that didn't seem that significant. At the time, Real Monarchs led 1-0. They've managed to go 42 minutes down a player while conceding just once. Anthony Markanic's tying goal. Aiden Hezarkhani scored the opening goal in the 21st minute. Second goal of the season for the 17-year-olds for Real Monarchs. Clever turn that time for Martinez. Keller Storley's able to clear. He came off the bench to replace Omar Alba after his first half red card. Zarek Valentin. Valentin. Britton Fisher. His cross is headed wide. Back for Valentin. Direct ball, Valentin. Clipped straight in the air. Headed towards the top of the box. It bounces once. Monarchs able to clear. Maybe they can break here. They're away from Valentin. Advantage is played. And now a yellow card is shown for that foul from Finn McRobb as he slowed down the attack. That was Justin Arias. Over in the free kick, a day shy of his 18th birthday. Finn McRobb in the book. The Glasgowian in his 18th start of the season. This portion of the match is brought to you by Target. Target is here for the love of the Loons. Valentin under some pressure, plays out with Finn McRobb. Dom Mowing, 18-year-old academy player. Wide here for Britton Fisher. Two more games today in MLS Next Pro. That's a good turn from Darius Randall, and he's earned a free kick. Foul by Zach Farnsworth. New England Revolution hosts Chicago. Vancouver Whitecaps welcome Sporting Kansas City. Eight more games tomorrow and one additional game on Labor Day. St. Louis hosting Austin on Monday night. Justin Arias out of Bloomington, Minnesota, an academy player, will deliver this free kick in the 77th minute. Towards the spot, good delivery, alone at the back post, shot blocked, second chance, and now a third, cleared off the line, Valentina scored! Too many chances for Minnesota United, and it's the captain, Zarek Valentin, who cleans up the mess. Excellent delivery from Arias. It was Finn McRobb with the first shot and the second. Finally, Britton Fisher's shot was blocked. And opportunistically, the center back, Zarek Valentin, a calm celebration after his first goal of the season for Minnesota United 2. From down a goal, now leading 2-1 as Minnesota seeks its first win in the month of August. Valentin, 2 goals in 209 MLS appearances dating back to 2011. Not known for his goal scoring, but that was a smart, decisive finish in a crowded 6-yard box. Finn McRobb is walking off next to the athletic trainer. Minnesota hasn't tasted victory since the end of July. They beat Colorado Rapids 1-0 at home. Rory O'Driscoll scored the game-winning goal in the 82nd minute back on July 26th, more than a month without a win. Anderson Ferris comes on. He's a 16-year-old academy player from Hanover, New Hampshire. It's his 9th appearance this season for Minnesota United 2. He replaces Finn McRobb, who limped off, and he was already on a yellow card. Valentin's goal, the go-ahead goal. Now Real Monarchs have to push forward a bit more after conceding 2 in a row, after taking the 1-0 lead back in the 21st minute. Goal from Aiden Herzerkani. Anderson Ferris, the 3rd substitute used by Jeremy Hall. Tommy Silva. Support here from Hasiel Orozco. Orozco is a first-team player from Juarez, Mexico, age 20. Cross from the left is cleared by Valentin and out for a corner kick. It came from Tommy Silva, cleared by Valentin. 3rd corner kick today for Real Monarchs, and you can see the fatigue for Real Monarchs as Noel Calascan walks to take it. Calascan turned 24 on Thursday. First year with Real Monarchs. He played college soccer at Loyola Marymount. This one to the back post. Another corner kick's coming. It was a pretty free header on the backside. Hasiel Orozco. But his header went off a Minnesota defender for a 2nd consecutive corner. This will be delivered by Tommy Silva. Silva, 4 years at UCLA. Signed a homegrown deal with Real Salt Lake in January. There it comes from Silva. Feigning the delivery. Now he will go short. Silva clips it in. Headed out by Fisher. And now it's a break for Minnesota United. All sorts of space up this right side for Jordan Adebayo-Smith. 3-on-3 here. He slips it through. Beautiful ball. Long touch. Great save. Big stop from Will Mackey to deny that break for Minnesota United. It looked like it was Justin Arias who broke through with that chance off the bench. It would have been first goal of the season for Justin Arias. And the touch from Arias was just a little bit heavy. The second touch was a shot that was blocked. Overlapping around Tommy Silva. His cross is a good one. And it's well defended by Minnesota. Corner kick coming. Anthony Markanek did his job. As we look back at this ball, Jordan Adebayo-Smith. Excellent vision that time to pick out Justin Arias. Corner kick. Real Monarchs. Asiel Orozco delivers. It's hanging in the air a long time, and there's a shot blocked. Another chance here, across the face, and there is the tying goal. A stunning turn of events. Asiel Orozco has leveled things for Real Monarchs. Down a man, they found the tying goal in Minnesota. Minnesota just unable to clear. A tough moment for Kai Zaroon. The 17-year-old goalkeeper lost that one on the initial delivery. And a wonderful cross to the back post. Xavier Gozo, who scored twice in the first meeting. He plays it to the back post. Asiel Orozco with the tying goal. Two to two in Minnesota.
Scoring for Real Monarchs in the 4th minute, number 99. Orozco.
Now, first goal with Real Monarchs for Asiel Orozco. His 5th appearance on loan from the first team. Now direct play is out for a goal kick. Orozco is age 20, part of the Real Salt Lake Academy. Now, born in Juarez, raised in El Paso. His dad was a former pro, Alberto Orozco. Loan spells with Santos Laguna's under 20s. He went to Northern Ireland to play for Larnay Football Club. Signed as a homegrown 2 years ago. Now Monarchs looking for a third. The shot is blocked. Good strike there from Tommy Silva. Silva. Nice 1-2 here. Silva's going to cross to the back post. Nobody there for Real Monarchs. Poor clearance, though. It's still in play for Real Monarchs. Anderson Ferris could not quite clear it. double deflection out for a goal kick. A player down behind the play for Minnesota United. That looks like Aiden Martinez. Jeremy Hall has some options on the bench should he use it. He's only used 3 of his 5 available substitutions. So he could replace Eddie Martinez here if he needs to. Anthony Marcanic jogs over to check on Aiden Martinez. Martinez from Minneapolis, a current Academy player. His 14th appearance, his 7th start of the year for the 17-year-olds.
Substitute for MNUFC2 in the 88th minute. Winning the game, number 50, Aiden Martinez.
Martinez will be subbed off here. Will Schmidt replaces him. He's a 17-year-old, part of the class of 2006. And he's from St. Paul, Minnesota. Will Schmidt comes on. th appearance from Schmidt. He's been a starter 3 times. Tom Mowing. Darius Randall. Britton Fisher crossing. It's a good one, and it's headed away. Keller Storley, the substitute, clears. 30th minute red card to Omar Alba. At the time, it was a 1-0 lead for Real Monarchs. Minnesota scored the next 2 goals, but a tying goal in the 84th minute from Hasiel Orozco. And we're tied at 2 in the 90th minute for Minnesota. Here come Real Monarchs looking for that winning goal. Free kick is given in midfield and yellow card is shown. A frustration there for Anthony Marcanic, the goal scorer. He has shown a yellow card. A minimum of 5 minutes will be added on here at the end of the second half. Good knockdown and a smashed effort well off the mark. Omar Marquez looking for that game-winning goal. Justin Arias back for Dom Mowing. Anthony Marcanic. Cross from the left, hangs in the air a long time and too long in the end. An easy catch from Will Mackey. A player down, it's the goal scorer. He scored the tying goal, Hasiel Orozco. Real Monarchs has one more change available if Mark Lowry wants to bring on the fifth player. Has used 4 so far tonight. Quality build up here. Space up this right side for Xavier Gozo. Corner kick coming. Omar Sebastian Joffre will take this corner kick. Howling wind blowing towards the end line. Joffre's corner. Here comes Minnesota. They cannot break. Good clip to the back post. Headed away but kept in play. Now a foot race at the top of the box. It's on here for Real Monarchs and now finally clear. Storley. Good balance. Advantage played for Real Monarchs. Top of the box. Hard crunching challenge. Free kick is given. Enrique Nieves out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, 20-year-old, committed the foul. It's his 6th start of the season. And now Tommy Silva standing over this. In the 95th minute, chance for a late game winner. Silva, a goal and 2 assists this season. Could be Sebastian Joffre as well. It is Joffre! Just past the upper corner. Good hit from the substitute, Sebastian Joffre. Minnesota goes quickly. Final seconds now of regulation. A penalty shootout awaiting if we remain tied 2-2. Monarchs are still pushing. They want a game-winning goal. Arias into midfield. Wide left. 6 in the attack for Minnesota. Headed straight in the air. Cleared out towards midfield. Dom Mowing. Britton Fisher. Full time from Blaine, Minnesota. We're headed towards a penalty shootout. Hasiel Orozco tying goal in the 84th minute. Real Monarchs survive 60 minutes down a player after the sending off of Omar Alba. We'll come back to the National Sports Center Stadium for a penalty shootout after this.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
Here are the 4 goals from this game's second meeting of the season. And early on, it was a back post delivery. Aiden Hezarkani, the 17-year-old, with his second goal of the season. And then a tying goal with a man advantage. Nice build-up here. Watch the nutmeg. Whoop! And a clever finish in his Minnesota debut, Anthony Markanek, after coming over from St. Louis City in mid-August. A debut goal for him, and then a go-ahead goal here for the captain, Eric Valentin. Only 2 goals in 13 pro seasons at the MLS level, over 200 appearances. And he may not know how to celebrate. He limps away with that go-ahead goal, but some poor defending here, protecting a lead with the man advantage for Minnesota. And just too good up that left side. It was Osiel Orozco with the tying goal, his first with Real Monarchs. Good delivery to the back post from Xavier Gozo. Both teams have had success in shootouts this year. Minnesota is 2-0. In penalty shootouts, Real Monarchs is 3-1. Most recently, Real Monarchs beat Vancouver Whitecaps 9-8 in a penalty shootout at home at the end of August. That was a run of 3 straight shootouts. And for Minnesota United, it beat Town FC at home in a shootout at the start of August. It beat Austin in a shootout also at home in mid-July. The goalkeepers will get some instruction. Real Monarchs will go first.
Stepping up to the spot for Real Monarchs, number 92, Jordan Peruzzi. Correction, Noel
Kalaskan will go to the spot for the first penalty. Kalaskan, no goals this season. He turned 24 on Thursday. It is birthday week. He steps up to the spot, and he converts. It was a touch there from Kai Zaroun, but he could not keep it out. A good start for Real Monarchs.
Jordan Adebayo-Smith.
Jordan Adebayo-Smith will step up first. First team player, age 23, as we look back at this penalty. And well taken by Noel Kalaskan. Adebayo-Smith, 2 goals this season. He had 13 last year with New England Revolution 2. The 23-year-old is ready. Short run up from number 99. And he's staved. Good stop from the 16-year-old Will Mackey. Adebayo-Smith did not look too confident. He was trying to not give away which direction he was going with those soft steps. In the end, a stone-cold stop from Will Mackey. 1-0 Real Monarchs after one round. And now a opportunity off the bench. Keller Storley, a regular starter. He came on to replace Omar Alba after the Panamanian was sent off. Kaiserun trying to make a save here against Keller Storley. And he does. The 17-year-old guesses the right way, diving to his left. Storley is stopped.
And headed to the spot now for MNUFC2, number 95.
Not a bad penalty, but a really good stop from the academy player, Kaiserun. Enrique Nieves, 20-year-old out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Hasn't scored this season. So he makes his 6th start and his 8th overall appearance. And look at the wind is pushing the ball off the spot. On a day with wind gusts up to 29 miles per hour in Blaine, Minnesota. Extremely short run up here from Nieves. Maybe 1 or 2 steps. And he does find the bottom corner. Past the dive of Will Mackey. One of the shortest run-ups you will ever see. So after Adebayo Smith has his saved, Nieves converts.
Number 70, Sebastian Joffrey.
Sebastian Joffrey now. We're tied 1 goal apiece after 2 rounds. 25-year-old from Bolivia, 2 goals on the season. Big run up here from Sebastian Joffrey. And he converts. Two to 1 Real Monarchs after 2.5 rounds. Confident take there from the Bolivian.
Heading to the spot for your lose, number 42, Justin Arias.
Here's Justin Arias. He'll turn 18 years old tomorrow. Maybe a birthday present from the spot for the Bloomington, Minnesota native and current academy player. Justin Arias. And he has it saved. 2nd penalty save in this shootout from Will Mackey.
Next up for Real Monarchs, number 20, Eric Holt.
No early birthday present from Justin Arias. A confident save from Mackey, just pushing it past the post. Will Mackey is stopped too. Now it's the first team player, Eric Holt, age 27, to step up to the spot. Holt smashes it off the underside of the crossbar, and that's a miss. It did not cross the line. All power from Eric Holt.
Next up for your lose, number 57, Darius Randall.
Look at this strike from Holt. Underside of the goal frame, and it stayed out. Darius Randall, 17-year-old from Liberia, scored on Wednesday. His 2nd of the season, he steps to the spot. If he converts, it will be 2-2 after 4 rounds. Here's Randall against Mackey. And he does convert. Mackey guessed the right way, but not as much confidence with that dive. 2-2 heading to the 5th round. Well taken.
Next up for Real Monarchs, number 72, Xavier Gozo.
Xavier Gozo, it came off the bench. He scored twice in March in the 2-1 win for Real Monarchs over Minnesota United. 2 goals on the season. Battling the wind that's pushing the ball off the spot. It's Gozo here against Kaiserun. Here's Xavier Gozo. It's off the hand and off the post and in. Nearly a save from Saroon, but he could not keep it out. So close there to a vital save for Kai Zaroon.
Number 13, Anthony Martinez.
Watch this, a cheeky run up. A lot of stutter steps that time. Zaroon went the right way, off the fingertips, off the post and in. Now it's the first team player trying to extend the shootout. Anthony Marcanic on his debut. He scored a goal at the end of the first half. He must convert here. And he does, a touch that time from Mackey. 3-3 going to the 6th round.
Head of the spot for Real Monarchs, number 40, Omar Marquez.
Omar Marquez, 16 years of age, goes to the spot for the 6th round. Short run up for Marquez. And another save. Kai Zaroon this time does keep it out. Fingertips on the last time. And this time the 17-year-old turns away Marquez.
Headed to the spot for Eurolose, number 59, Anderson Perez.
Not a bad penalty, but a great save from the 17-year-old from Laguna Beach. And now a chance to win it for Minnesota. Anderson Ferris, 16 years of age from New Hampshire, with a big opportunity to win it for Minnesota. It is Ferris, and he has. Well taken from the 16-year-old academy player. And Minnesota survives the shootout. Chances for Real Monarchs to win it, but in 6 rounds, it's a penalty shootout victory for Minnesota. Now back at home, second penalty shootout victory of the month of August. And now Minnesota is 3-0 in penalty shootouts this season. The calendar will turn to September for Minnesota. They just outlasted Real Monarchs in a penalty shootout. Good point away from home for Real Monarchs, surviving 60 minutes after the 30th minute red card to Omar Alba. Anderson Ferris is our Adidas Man of the Match, presented by Adidas. The 16-year-old from Hanover, New Hampshire, with the penalty conversion to end it. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, including our producer, Pedro Pontillo, I'm Matt Peterson, saying so long. Our final score, Minnesota 2, Real Monarchs 2. Minnesota wins in a penalty shootout, 4-3. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good afternoon from Blaine, Minnesota.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.